quick little door handle fix project. My 95 G20 came with these style door handles with these ugly black plastic buttons. So I'm swapping them over for the slightly earlier, fancier ones with the chrome buttons. Ignore that this is a little loose. I realized I needed to fill this after I started taking it out. The problem with this rear one is it's worn out enough, this came off a junker, that you have to completely bottom it out. And even then it's barely disengaging the latch. So I suspect that the pin that pushes the latch is worn on this. Now I could just go to the junkyard, get another one, and it will probably work fine. This is probably just on whatever door was most used on that van. But instead we're going to fix this latch because I can do that pretty quickly, and then I'll have a functional latch without having to spend any more money. So this is the latch that I just took off the van. This was the latch that it replaced that worked perfectly. So if you look at the pin height on that one, and then you look at the pin height on that one, you can see why I needed to bottom it out in order to get it to work. So the other latches I have from the same donor van are also much lower. So I suspect there was a slight latch redesign at some point, but this one is definitely lower than that one. So what I'm going to do is just very simply, I'm going to add weld to the top of this pin and then grind it clean just to build it up that additional, you know, however much that is, millimeter, a couple millimeters probably. And then that should just solve the problem, because that'll just mean that pin catches that much, you know, I just need to get it so that it catches a little bit earlier, because right now the amount this one's extends versus how far I have to push this one to go the same amount is where my problem lays. So yeah, just going to pile a little bit of weld on that, very simply build it up, and then clean it up a little bit so it's not just a giant glob, and then I should be able to just pop this right back in the van and have it work fine. And there it is, bolted in place, and now, yeah, works perfectly. Before it was jam the button as far as you can in and hope that that's enough to pop the lock, and half the time it really didn't seem like it. Now, just before it bottoms out, like visibly bottoms out, it decidedly pops the lock and the door opens correctly. So yeah, that's it. If you have this style of lock or any others that have a steel pin that have worn, it's definitely a solution. So I hope that was useful to somebody. Have a good day.